I was going to go see Mario, and I was sick and couldn't make it. Something about a crowded theater not wanting me coughing in the middle of them. So, but you
Yeah.
guys did, right?
That's a good call.
Yes.
I have
Respectful.
no. I have no
No.
life outside a world without end and work. So no.
Well, how was the movie, guys who watched it?
Right? I think that's where you take over. Like,
Do you want to hear from people who actually know what was happening in the movie, or people just went in like, "Ooh, movie"?
Oh, that's right. You are a Mario rookie. You have no idea.
Oh, so we get like two
Rookie.
takes here. We got Maji's takes and
Oh.
readouts.
too bad it wasn't a historical period piece. I'm sure you would love that.
I want to hear.
Depends.
I really want to hear Readout's take on it because, like he said, he's never played a Mario game, which blew my mind last time.
Yeah.
So I want to see what it's
I
like.
played
for,
Mario Kart. I played Mario Kart at lunch,
Okay.
Then
in
that
high
doesn't
school.
count.
sharing the DS. I know it doesn't, but I gotta sound like I know a little bit.
Well, no.
So what'd you think of the movie?
So I thought it was very fun, very entertaining. It's definitely a good excuse if you're gonna go. Haven't been to a movie theater in a while, and you're like, man, I miss the sweet taste of movie theater popcorn. But there's no reason for me to go see in the theaters because everything is crap. Go see Super Mario Brothers movie. You'll have a blast.
What?
Yeah,
Mario
you'll have
Mothers.
Mario Mothers.
Mothers.
You said Mario Brothers.
Brothers. I said brothers
Bill.
barely, but I did say brothers.
He did say something.
I am saying words. I don't think they're English. It was fun. It's very simple, but simple's not necessarily a bad thing. The strength / weakness of this movie is that it's very, very fast paced. It's a
Okay.
strength because it keeps you invested. You don't get bored at any time. But there are a few things that you're like, wait, why are we doing that? Nope, don't question it. We're going to the next scene now.
Okay. Well, it is supposed to be a kids movie, so it's
Yeah, of
probably-
course.
Yeah. Yeah,
Keep
I'm
them
going to
interested.
give it some slack in that regard. But
And I'm
when I saw the
curious, though.
trailers, I
I'm
kind of felt
curious,
like that was
though,
going to be
because,
a Robot Chicken style because I saw all the different kind of Mario takes they're going to do. Oh, here's Mario Kart. Oh, we could do a Mario Party. Oh, here's Mario versus Donkey Kong. Oh, here's Mario doing this. Remember that? Remember this Mario? Remember that Mario? Like they're all just shoving it in one
right?
spot.
It's the literal Mario movie.
Yeah.
I think this movie definitely shows what Illumination is best at, and that's making good family entertainment. And they definitely know how to get young crowds, kids invested.
Uh-huh.
They can speak the language of 5-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that is very irritating, as we can see in certain Illumination movies, but in this case, it works very well.
Nice. I heard that this is like the official beginning of the Nintendo Cinematic Universe.
And I'm very hyped.
Yeah, even
nice.
Chris Pratt came out and straight up said it. So, he got the green light to say
Well,
that.
considering the fact that the official global numbers has come in for opening weekend at $376 million, this movie has already made its budget and made money
Cha-ching.
the first weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
The budget was only 100 mil, so technically, if you do the times 3 clause, it's already made $76 million worth of profit.
On
Well,
opening
Maji,
weekend.
you also got it that the marketing's not included with that budget.
Well, yeah, that's why you got times it by 3.
A lot of people will be going to that Nintendo World this summer. That's what I'll
Oh,
say.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a combo opening there. Get a
Oh.
Mario movie.
I'm
and
still
then
waiting for Kiko
Nintendo
World.
Didn't they opened that
get
in
there. We will
Universal,
get it.
didn't they?
They
Mhm.
opened the one in Hollywood. They haven't opened the one in Florida. The one in Florida is supposed to be bigger, similar to the one in Japan.
Yeah, I can't imagine. The one in Hollywood's got to be so tiny.
Is it its own theme park or is it part of
It's connected to Universal Studios.
Okay.
And one of the major differences, from my understanding, because I did some research on it, is the one in Florida will also have like a little Donkey Kong portion as well.
Oh, that's
Jeez.
interesting.
I don't know
Universal
what that
is dunking
means,
on
but
Disney
that's what
right
they were
now.
talking about.
That's good. It's
Universal's been
barrels.
dunking on Disney.
Oh, yes. They're oh man, I'm thinking about putting some cash in Universal stock because with this Nintendo thing rolling out, that could be another decade's worth of a cinematic universe. They don't screw it up.
If the Nintendo branch off is anything like the Japanese one, because I watched a full Japanese tour, including all the souvenirs and food that they offer, it's
Mhm.
going to be badass.
I mean, they have all these IPs: Mega Man,
Yep.
Star Fox. They
Oh,
already
that'd be
introduced
fun.
Donkey Kong. They could have Diddy Kong come in with the Donkey Kong movie.
Mega Man is Capcom though.
This is true.
That is.
But
All those other ones.
Zelda, dude. If they have make a
Zelda.
Legend of Zelda movie and
It's
nail it-
actually not in if. It's official. It's in production, and it's been in production for a little while.
but they still have to nail it like they did this.
Oh
one.
yeah,
and
Yeah.
they have to choose which Zelda they want to go off of, because those have
Yeah.
very different themes. Unlike Mario, Mario's been like the same kind of consistent look to it. Zelda's been
Right.
different each game.
I'll speculate
It's
on
got
that if I
multiple
wanted to.
timelines too.
If it's
Yeah.
anything like Twilight Princess, I'm sold.
Hopefully they'll do like Ocarina of Time. I think they're definitely gonna do they're gonna do the whole kid forest village thing. I think they're really gonna press on that.
Yeah,
I think
they'll
they need to
obviously
have
pull
that
from the back.
cell shaded look like they did in Breath of the Wild.
I don't know if it's Illumination studio that's going to be the ones doing it. They'll probably try to like
That
make them
one?
all look kind of similar. They won't like change the style too much. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
I think what we're gonna see is more of them matching their Super Smash Brothers characters because that's what they're gonna head towards.
A Metroid movie.
That would be a
Hmm.
difficult one because even though it's super cool, it's probably less popular than the Zelda or Mario.
Trippy, why would you do that to Wrangler? You know he can't speak, and you bring up a Metroid
I
movie.
know. I'm so evil. I'm
That's
so
just-
A
bad.
lot of
just plain out
skeptics. A lot of skeptics don't think Metro. I mean, in terms of Hollywood, Metroid would be badass because Samus is Samus. But a lot of people don't think Metroid would go through. It's the lowest selling Nintendo game there is.
But still an iconic character and a built-in fan base, a diehard built-in fan base. And I think if you're gonna do Metroid, maybe it won't be a Metroid movie, but a pairing where
we
Metroid
go.
shows up as like a character or somebody falls into the Metroid universe to kind of give it a little boost. I don't know.
Star
Like
Fox and
essentially,
Totally blend in with
ooh,
that.
that would be great. Metroid Star Fox crossover.
Mhm, they're in the same space. I mean,
That'd
they
actually
could-
be pretty good. You can make it primarily a Star Fox movie, but maybe allude to like, hey, there's other space stuff out here. But
Well,
don't do what I would fear that they would do with bringing Samus into somebody else's movie.
Well, they
Yeah.
did that with Donkey Kong in the Mario movie, and it went
They did.
pretty well, actually.
Well, those two are rooted together.
Yeah.
They are
Like,
very
they-
rooted.
I
Samus is
tolerated
kind of-
I tolerated Seth Rogen Donkey Kong. I tolerated him.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was going to ask about the voices, because at
Seth
first I was
Rogen
like,
was
I think they
off.
should have had silent. I think they should have talked at all. I think that a silent Mario would have been pretty good too.
Couldn't work with this one.
No, not who you're aiming it towards.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but okay, so they do pay tribute to the original Mario voice. In fact, they use them at the beginning of the movie, which I
Alright.
thought was cool. And then they explain why it shifts. Should we get into spoilers or no?
Is that a spoiler
Oh.
even?
I mean, I don't know if that's a
It's
spoiler.
not really that big of a spoiler, Maji. Don't worry about it.
So what they do is they use the original Mario voice actor in the beginning of the movie, him and Luigi, for a commercial for their plumbing business, and then they make another tribute to him once he hits the Mushroom Kingdom. But then they explain that the voice Mario's like, is that too high pitched? Is that too annoying? And they were kind of like debating whether or not that would be a concern for the commercial. So they literally explained why they changed the voice
Yeah.
in the movie.
Put it in the dialogue. That's great.
And a fun fact about that voice is they didn't start using that like Italian voice, I believe, until Mario 64, because that's when it first appeared. And before then, every depiction was like a thick Brooklyn or like a Detroit accent, something like that.
Yeah. Do you ever watch the animated cartoon show back from like?
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
Brooklyn.
exactly.
Very
That was-
Harley Quinn. It was
For
kind of
sure.
funny, actually.
And it
That was
fit.
the original voice.
It fit pretty well.
Did that show up in this one?
It did have a slight Brooklyn accent when he was actually in Brooklyn.
Oh, there you go. That's probably why they took him to Brooklyn. I don't know. Or he's probably from Brooklyn, right?
He's
I
from
don't know
Brooklyn.
I don't know the underlying Mario story other than like Mario Sunshine. So.
But to me, Chris Pratt as Mario doesn't sound like Chris Pratt being Mario. It sounds like Chris Pratt sounded like Nathan Lane if he would have played Mario.
Really?
That's just me.
Yeah, he tried really hard to disguise his voice, actually. I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
You would have
wasn't-
to because it's very distinct voice.
Mm-hmm. I'm not
Both
really a
him
fan of
and
celebrities doing
Luigi
voice.
put a lot of effort into their voices. Seth Rogen didn't give a damn.
Oh gosh, I know.
It's Seth
I
Rogen.
imagine-
Just
Matt
leave him break
Damon
into
has-
your car, you know.
Yeah, that was the exact Donkey Kong laugh. Was
And Cranky
It's
Kong
just
showed
Seth.
up, right?
Huh?
Yes.
Did Cranky Kong show up?
Cranky Kong did. He sounded a little different than how I'd pictured
Yeah.
him from Donkey Kong 64, but you can't complain. He was in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the movie also has the greatest musical number of the year. It'll win the Oscar.
Will it?
Oh, the Donkey Kong
Mario.
rap?
No. Peaches.
Oh, Peaches.
Peaches. Oh yeah, I thought I saw something like Jack Black did his Peaches song. I haven't
The
listened to it
extended
yet.
version.
Illumination
Oh,
actually
brother.
put the music video on YouTube, but I don't know if we get dinged for it if we showed
We
it.
probably
We'll get-
Probably,
we'll get
yeah.
copyright.
Even though most of
Probably.
the song's just one word.
I know, right?
His Peaches.
But if you've played Mario Sunshine, you know exactly how Bowser is.
Yeah, I heard they basically quote just about everything Mario.
Oh yes, I don't know how they managed to do it, but they successfully put in almost every Mario, Peach, and Toad game into this
Wow.
movie without smacking you in the face with it. Like, here's a game, here's a game, here's a game. No, they actually made it really nice and smooth. They even managed to fit Baby Mario in there and Baby Luigi.
Yeah. Did any Nintendo gear show up?
Basically, the whole damn movie is Nintendo gear.
Really?
I was thinking like a literal controller laying around
Or like
somewhere.
this,
they have a Super
gun.
Nintendo, right?
Okay,
I don't-
so
It
there's
probably
this
appears
one
somewhere.
part. Actually,
He's just there in the background, in the shadows. He's gonna start spamming us with Metroid clips.
okay, so
Which-
there's this one part. Actually, I can relate to this. That was the cool part. They wrote this for kids, but there was a part that I could actually physically relate. Not like I am Mario. I could see myself as Mario, but I could relate to. So towards the beginning of the movie, Mario gets in a fight with his family, and he goes into his room, which they okay. If you watched my my spoiler review, a lot of people say Mario's were kind of like this deadbeat because he still lives at home with his parents. But if you know anything about Italian or Greek culture, which I know they're two different things, but they live in family units. So it's not uncommon for single members of the family to be living with their parents and their aunts and uncles and stuff like that. It's not uncommon. So that's one thing a lot of people are like, oh, he's useless. He's still living at home with his parents. No, he's living in a family unit. That's
Plus, he's a plumber. You know, you make enough money to live on your own. You're a plumber.
yeah, exactly. But he gets into a fight with his dad because he quit a successful plumbing job to make his own business, and then his dad's lecturing him on bringing his brother down and for a foolish dream of owning his own business. And so he dismisses himself, and then after sitting there, taking the beating from his parents, he goes in his room and he's just sitting in the dark playing a Super Nintendo. He's
Yep.
actually playing Kid Icarus. And I'm like, I've had those moments where I've gotten into an argument with my parents or something, and then I find myself just playing a video game trying to escape for a second.
That's funny. Yeah, I figured he'd pull that out. Aka Super Nintendo.
Exactly. But I like, I'm pretty sure out of the 3 generations of people watching this, a lot of gamers could relate to that, where they just get into a fight, so they go to cool off by playing a game.
Yep.
Read out.
crap,
What do
I
you
had a
think? Oh, is he?
I had a question, but I forgot what the question
I'm
was.
here.
Damn it.
What did you think of the tiny little theme that they had throughout the movie?
The theme? What?
Hmm
Were we talking about music theme or?
No, the family theme.
Oh, the family. I was like, were we talking about the literal Mario theme? Because there's a lot of different. I mean, they find many different ways to introduce it. It was to me, it was a little bit on the nose after the 4th time that he repeats. If we're brothers and we're together, it's like family.
Family.
I'm like, I
Family.
thought, yeah,
Oh.
I thought,
And then Vin Diesel shows up.
I
Oh
didn't
my
expect
God, James, you cut me off from getting to it.
Yeah, it was a bit. It was on the nose for me, but I guess for a younger audience watching, probably definitely needs to hear it.
Yeah, no, today, especially it seems like the message in Disney movies is to separate family.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Disney's just like get a lighter out, burn family. Family
Mhm.
meaningless.
They don't care
Destroyed
about it.
families are trying to
They
repress
show it in a
you.
weird way. They show it like
Right.
it's weird.
Yeah, no.
So
So normally through kids' movies, you only hear it once or twice. You hear it at the beginning, then you hear it at the end. Mario,
I
like
think it's 4 times at least.
yeah, you hear that as long as Mario and Luigi are together, they're pretty much unstoppable. And so they're actually trying to encourage brotherly love between brothers throughout the whole movie. I found it
Oh, wow.
quite nice, actually.
That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
okay.
And having it 3 or 4 times, that again, that thing with if you hear something at least 3 times, it will stick in your head.
Yeah.
Like that old awful commercial, head on or
Apply directly to the forehead.
yeah.
Apply directly to the forehead.
But that's the reason why they did that, and so it's good to hear that they've done that in this movie as well.